And then Jesus said, "O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you?" That's Matthew 17:17. And I bring this up today because I am at my wit's end. Do you know what kind of torture it is when you can see what's happening and you know the answer, but you have to witness an entire nation making decisions which serve the very enemy that's trying to take them over? Nobody took the time to learn who is subject to the income tax, and it's federal employees. And the only way you're a federal employee, if you haven't signed an oath, is by declaring it, by self-identifying as such, right? It's a resident of DC. And they say that area is everywhere because of the zip code and because of certain notations of how we produce the address by which we identify with, our address. I am addressed often as Mr., and I try my best to correct that. I would like to be addressed as insert name here. That's my address. I don't identify as a resident or a resident alien, non-resident alien, because I am an ambassador of heaven. I'm a citizen of heaven. I'm temporarily sojourning on the land of North Dakota. That is the truth. I would love for you to prove me otherwise. We have this idea then that abolishing the IRS makes sense because I shouldn't have been paying all these taxes, when really you were hypnotized into giving away things and they accept it as a gift instead of properly handling your affairs and discharging such. If you don't like me because of whatever, maybe I look not like you, or you just don't like how I am, or you don't, he said the earth is flat one time and now I just don't believe anything he says. If you don't like me, then find somebody else that's telling you the same exact thing. And I've got a laundry list of mentors that I'm happy to point you in the direction of, because just evaluating the attention that I get on here, right? I'm not controlled opposition enough for you to trust me, or some stupidity. My point is abolishing the very agency, that the only one that can hold courts, which we know to be corrupt, and we know that their business model is piracy, counterfeiting, and treason, amongst a slew of other crimes, embezzlement, tax evasion, concealing the accounting, whatever it is. I mean, they're ripe with crimes. The only entity that holds them accountable is the IRS. Whose idea do you think it was to seed this thought in the brainstems of the stupid and the masses to say, hey, we should abolish the IRS? That's a good, smart thing to do, because then I won't have to pay things that I never had to pay in the first place because I refused to use my thinker, and the person that gave me the idea to abolish the IRS never also gave me the idea to think for myself, so I should just do that because that makes sense. Can you tell I've had enough of the stupidity? And why are we following? It's called Hegelian dialectic. They create a problem so they can create the solution. They create two extremes, pretend that they're fighting when really they're working together. It's not red versus blue, it's the state versus you. It's not Jews versus Muslims. They're working together to destroy the actual truth, okay? It's been that way the whole time. Here's some examples of a successful Hegelian dialectic at work. World War I, Central Powers versus the Allied Powers. Went to war, and then what came out of it was the League of Nations. And then in World War II, same exact thing, because they can't learn from history, I guess, that just happened, but it was the Axis versus the Allied Powers, right? And then what came of that is the UN. And what does the UN do? It literally spreads Satanism across the world. And that, we're listening to that for some reason as a voice of reason. Doesn't even make sense. And Jesus said to them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Please have a little shred of faith that things are going. Maybe I need to do that right now too, right? Because I'm hot. I'm red hot at people following it's called order out of chaos. These Jesuit Freemasons, which is all part of Jewish mysticism, is seeding discord and chaos so that they can come in and present their solution, which really is just something that absolves them of all of the crimes that they have done in the first place. That manifests in this type of situation where we're dragged into court on bullshit criminal charges, and then they give us a plea deal, and then we take it like from the spoon, and we're just like, oh, thank you so much for not giving me the worst thing you could possibly do, when really they just did give you the worst thing they could possibly do, which was hypnotize you into taking an action against yourself and making you a bearer of false witness against yourself. It's insane, but nobody is teaching this, and then the people that are teaching this are completely shadow banned, and it's totally about time that we wake up from following the very people who are creating the problems for us in the first place.